Welcome to Cities Skylines after dark in the city of Freshwater. Now, in the last part, kind of fleshed out this new area for the development here. We've also placed the international airport. Now, I've got a few problems. In fact, I'm still losing citizens. And I had a look round, and I think part of the problem is the fact that we've now got no university capability, or we have a demand for university, and kind of had a look round and I thought, well, we've got a university over here, so I think it's, oops, didn't mean to do that, sorry about that. I thought maybe we can put one over here, and that will have or maybe up here, but that might obstruct the road, or down here. So what we're going to do is maybe if I want to have a kind of a mini campus again. Let's just have a quick look to see where the nearest. Well, we've got a subway station there and a subway station there, so we're going to be quite close to this one. So I think maybe if we take the road through there. Oh, it just fits, so that'd be good. So we're just going to drop the university campus in there. I say it's close enough. I mean, the metro's just there, so that would be put it nicely within range. So, and what we can do is, how's the bus routes? There's a bus route there as well. So maybe we can pull the bus route in there. So the bus will come in and stop there. You can see the immediate effect on the population. The demand's starting to rise. And I think what we can do is see if we can put maybe a. Oh, we're not going to break a road through there, so I think we can maybe put a couple of tennis courts in. Maybe just spur a road off of here that effectively goes nowhere, but we can. That will allow us to drop, say maybe a. What's the largest park we got here? Yes, put a nice big park in there as well. I think that'll look good. That'll have a positive effect. I've got some power lines there. I don't think we need those anymore. So we can get rid of the power lines. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to get rid of the power lines, and let's say we can got a little bit of demand for offices, so I think we can just tuck in a little bit of office space there, or maybe just there, and then we can just put a bit, could pretend they're halls of residence, and we can just put a little bit there. That might, we're just going to go into the dark cycle, so I think that's going to have a positive effect on the city. And we see we've got university demand there. We've still got this problem of, oh, I don't know, I think they're turning round now, they're upgrading, so let's just check the traffic. Still got this very high traffic flow here. Gonna really need to do something about this. It's maybe if I make another one-way road off here and oops, take the snapping off. Wonder if that will the traffic that's coming in here that will want to turn right will start using this junction. I'm always very reluctant to start doing this type of thing. Actually, if I just take this out and maybe because it's a junction there, isn't it? It's not going to. Maybe if I still no better, is it? So maybe if I that's a bit better. That will a 45-degree angle is always much better than a straightforward junction. You can see the traffic flows in a lot better. Where it might draw the traffic out. We're just going to let the night cycle run through. Just watch the city growing. It's nice just to appreciate the city. I'll jack the speed up a bit. Getting some residential demand coming in now, so put a little bit up here, fill in this area. Maybe a little bit more down here. Just fill this part of the city, and I don't want to go in too close to. That should be just easier to do it this way. So I don't want to get too close to the industrial. Just check the noise. It's a little bit noisy, so I think what we can do is just put in some trees down here. I think it'll just be night trees. These are special trees that grow in the night. So we're mixing some conifers. And this should put in a few of these kind of, and that should kind of still got a bit of demand for residential, so I'll keep at it. Maybe just fill in this area here. Make this into a little bit of a kind of low rent to see how the noise is going. Yeah, the noise has dropped back quite nicely now, so it goes to show if you put a layer of trees in. Let's have a look. Still seems to have a few problems. Well, we had 149 passengers, so that's good. So we're just going to let the cycle come down here, and then we're going to start looking at the tourist area. Population's still dropping. I'm not sure. I think these cities just go through these cycles. So got the old commercial here running quite nicely. I haven't looked at this side of the city for a little while, so you can just see it looks good. Hospital's probably a little bit out of place, but there's not much we can do about that. Right, so it's just getting daylight. So what we're going to do now is just let it get a bit brighter, and then we're going to pause the game. And what I'm going to do is lay in the infrastructure. I will probably speed this up a bit because it's obviously going to be laying out roundabouts. But to give you an idea before I get into it, I'm quite happy with this one and this one. Not so sure about here. We've got a little bit of work to do here. I'm half inclined to maybe rework this area a little bit, but these rocks are going to be in the way. But we're going to start here. As I say, I'll probably most likely time lapse it, but I will commentate it just in case it doesn't take as long. So if there's a chop in the video here, I apologise. So here we go. A little bit. Maybe I'm just being a little bit too ambitious. But the idea is to have a kind of a kind of hilltop, maybe come in a little bit here. So we can put some parks or something there. So we're going to have this boulevard going round the top like this, and then we're going to lay out a main structure here. So let's just restart the game and let it run, I think. And what I'm going to do is, because of the nature of the very steep edges here, I think I will lay this down off camera, but the idea is that I will have a, if I kind of get rid of this road here, I'm going to put a kind of a roundabout in about here, work on this road structure here, which is an absolute total mess, and that's putting it mildly, I think. Although I think it's working. Although for some reason some traffic seems to be going up round the top. I don't know if that's the bus route. Oh, obviously the bus route. I've altered the bus route out to here. But I think I need to clean this area up, that area up, and try and sort this area out. As I say, I'm going to lay the main structure in off camera, I think otherwise it's just going to be wasting too much of your time, guys. And I think given the nature of this slope here, I think I will do the same over here. Just have a good session, lay in the main structures, let the city run. Still getting demand for residential, so I think we'll drop some residential in. I know it could have been a lot more interesting, guys, but I think this is one of the downsides, I think, of playing City Skylines, that you've got to try build up a nice bit of cash and try things out. Getting a bit too close to this main road here, so I'm just going to put a little bit of residential here, then I'll probably a little bit there just to fill in this area, and then I'll probably put some trees around there to yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to have a good off-camera build session, see if we can sort this mess out a little bit. I think upon reflection, I think this roundabout's in the wrong place, so what I might do is move this, put another roundabout in here so I can feed up that way, and then maybe just get rid of all this, try and do something about this roundabout. Maybe we'll have an elliptical one. But I did have one idea though, which I want to do before I go, because thinking about just draw this in here. The Brandenburg Gate, which I placed over here somewhere, and I thought what I might do is kind of, no, maybe not there, maybe it needs to go maybe in across a bit like that. Let's go, and it should still be over here. Yep. Oops. I think it needs to be made a feature of its own. How about that? I think that will be. It needs power, and so we'll just upgrade the roads now. Maybe it was kind of bothering me that the Brandenburg Gate should have roads next to it, a bit like that. Oh, whoops. Just going to. So we'll just bring the water supply over. Give it some power. Hopefully we can maybe just put a little bit of residential in there. How about that? Oh, it's not in the centre. Is the road not in the centre? No. Oh, that's a bit better. So it looks like, I mean, it's a bit of a fake, I know, but oops, sorry. But it kind of gives the impression. Oh no, now it's lit up. That's I like that. I would say the road's a bit wonky, but I think if we get a few Don't know if we can squeeze in a couple of... There's probably not enough space here. Okay. No, nothing. Not even. Don't think I can even. No, I don't think a Japanese garden would be appropriate. I think we'll just. I want to leave the front area open, so I'm just going to do this and then put a couple of pretty big trees there on the side. Maybe some anything a bit smaller. Yeah, I think. So I want to keep the get rid of that monstrosity. How about that? Does that look good? I know it's a bit. Yeah, I like that. Got the chariot on the top. Even got a few visitors already. Yep, I'm far more happier than with that. Let's have a look from this side actually. As I say, we're going to get rid of this great big multi-story. Actually, it sits. Oops, I do the. Gotta find out where I am now. There's the. We're just gonna. Oops. Not. Confess, I'm not really brilliant at this. About that. I think that looks really nice. Okay, that went straight through the middle of it. So maybe when it gets daylight I might touch the... Yep, I really like that. You've got the sun coming up behind there. I'll just watch the sun come up and then I think that's where I'm going to bring it to an end. Still losing population, we're going to have to try and do that. There we are. So I'm much happier with that than where it was before. As I say, well, this will get moved eventually, so you won't have this kind of overshowering it. I think actually, no, I won't put it there. Anyway, as I say, I'm going to do all this off camera because I think it's going to take. I thought I could do it in 20 minutes, but you can see the problems I've got here with the flatness. So I think it's going to have to be done. It's probably going to take me a couple of hours of trying things and shaping things up just to try and get the format that I want. Because I want to be able to use this space. I mean, at the moment, with this layout, the space is as good as useless. So, hope you've enjoyed this episode. I say give a like and subscribe. Until the next time, enjoy your gaming.